Now, we are in the festive mood. Everywhere is merry, 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 Merry Christmas, New Year. It's usually a very short but highly spirited moment. And festivities go hand in hand with food. I know we're actually preparing our stomachs, and unfortunately, some of us will get through this festive season and gain some kilos. Yeah. And we're actually in the season of mangoes. Yes, I'm sure you're now seeing more mangoes on the streets. They start from being very expensive. The Kenyan market, like one mango is 30 bob. At some point, these mangoes will actually be 10 bob. We also have plums around and several other fruits that are still around. Now, there is this concern about fruit ripening. I always suffer a lot actually when I'm going to the market because my eyes want to see very nice looking mangoes, oranges, bananas, and then I'm like, what has been used to ripen these fruits? And I know it's a major concern because it's something that is actually happening in our current world today, what I would call food adulteration. Like food is being contaminated. People are doing business too much until they forget that they're supposed to give us quality. So, in today's lesson, I want us to talk about things that we need to be careful about, because when it comes to food, it is good to look at it from the view of quality and from the view of quantity. So we start with quality. Fruit ripening. We have two classifications of fruits. Climacteric fruits, which are generally called tropical range fruits, they go through ripening after maturity, like they ripen on their own. They generate what we call ethylene gas within to trigger the ripening process. And therefore, the sweetness comes with the ripening. That process, once it starts ripening, it's like you're creating some sweetness as it is ripening. And it also gives an aroma. Now you can tell that this is a good banana because it's bringing in even the scent of a banana. Some heat is also generated in the process, and these examples we have bananas and mangoes. Then we have what we call non-climacteric or temperate fruits, and these ones usually they just mature to the full maturity, and that is the only time you can consume them. So we can't say like they have a ripening process, because once they have matured, you consume them. And now if they overstay beyond maturity, now they start going bad. And we have apples, pears, and others. So now, in this case, we can say that the greatest culprit, not entirely, of what we call induced fruit ripening are likely to be those that usually go through a process, climacteric kind of fruits, like they go through a process of ripening, because that is where now impatience comes in, where vendors want to fasten this process. You have a shamba, you have been growing bananas, but you want to sell them quickly. And that is now where the temptation of trying to look for ways in which you can increase the ripening process comes in. So now, this is a place and a situation that is getting out of hand in many ways, because many people are using certain chemicals that are actually harmful to us. But it's business, corrupt business. Yeah, so some of the ways in which ripening can be fastened. We can use smoke from burning green leaves or kerosene burners, you can imagine. You can also use just leaves of these two plants here. We have this plant. These names are just difficult, so please, you understand. Then we have what we call ethylene gas. We mentioned that fruits produce this naturally. But now if you want to fasten, you can still use that idea of the natural process and now bring it from external. We are saying it goes from inside to outside. Now you're bringing it from outside to inside. And then we have other chemicals like etherphone, acetylene from calcium carbide, ethylene glycol, alkyl alcohols, among other chemicals. So these have been used, either sprayed, applied, all manner of ways. These have been used in many other processes. Now, this is important. For example, if we were to use a banana, how would you know that a banana has undergone normal ripening and another one is undergoing artificial ripening? If you have a normal ripening process, this is your original banana here. You can see that it starts from yellowing and then it goes slowly. And then you can see that here also it goes slowly. But when you have artificial, it goes very quickly, like from green, then the next day it is pure, and you can see that the color of artificial ripening is quite attractive as compared to this one. You know, I'll be reluctant to buy this as compared to this because this looks beautiful. The same with this. Now, something you need to note, if you look at this here, these bananas have been gotten from a tree before they mature. You can see they are not even rounded. They have corners. You can see they have certain corners over here. It shouldn't look like it has some sharp edges. And then this part here, there is no way the banana will be yellow and this part is green. This part should be black. So that is how you know that there is a problem with this ripening process. It is artificial, it is induced. Whichever method was used, it is induced. Because this is supposed to be darkening as it is ripening, but now you can see they are very yellow, yet this is completely green. Yeah, so those are some of the things that you can look out for. Now in the case of a mango, the same thing. You see, one that is normally ripened will start from this, it's greenish, gets a yellowy, you know, it's becoming yellow slowly, and then it will land here. And now if you look at this one, it starts, then becomes yellow. It goes so quickly, and that means that these artificially ripened ones also get spoiled very quickly as compared to the ones that are normally ripened. Now, I have other adulterations on food that has been so common these days, like for example, overuse of preservatives in milk and meat. So if you're buying fresh milk, buy it from a reliable person or directly from the farmer. Now, aflatoxins are also very serious. This is where we have vendors storing their grains in dumpy places without so much care. We have substance of abuse in confectionaries like cakes. You know, someone wants you to keep coming for certain cakes, so they put marijuana, you know, and that way it gives you this kind of addiction of you want to keep coming. I mean, those are things that have been used in food and so many others. So beware of this, even in this festive season, as we are craving for so much to eat. Beware of food adulterations. And finally, beware of food quantity. Friends, this is Christmas. Some of us overeat, and then now you're trying to look for how do I solve my stomach problems. But of course, there's this thing that always used to work for me. I think when you're younger, you intend to eat and eat and eat without thinking, because you're eating with your mouth. You're not even thinking how much you have put. There's this salvation, you know, the savior of stomach problems during Christmas. It is called Eno. You guys, I don't know if you know about Eno, but I am actually not doing marketing, but this is a savior for overeating. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I am grateful. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely Christmas and a prosperous new year. And remember, put on your mask, maintain social distance, keep washing your hands, because COVID is real. Let's not forget about COVID because we are enjoying. Let us keep looking and maintaining all the protocols that are going to help us to stay safe.